Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven Maureen, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Fringe Pattern by Chalk and Notch. So this month, a few weeks ago, I made this dress because they were celebrating the Fringe Dress Pattern over at Chalk and Notch, and so I was able to make this dress, and I actually hacked mine into a maxi dress with a pretty little tier at the bottom and whatnot. But I want to talk to you today about the overall pattern because I think this is a really great pattern. So first, let me just say I do love Chalk and Notch. I love the thoughtfulness that Gabriella, the designer, comes up with when it comes to her patterns. She always includes different cup sizes. She's very thoughtful in like her pattern grading and whatnot. She's got a pretty large catalog of patterns that you can choose from. They're very feminine, girly, just great. And I think that they work for pretty much a really diverse size range. So let's get into the fringe dress and blouse technically. And this is classified as intermediate. And it ranges from sizes 0 to 30 with 2 bust cups as far as the options. So you have view A and view B. These are the line drawings here. So you have the one with the 3 buttons, some darts in the front, and then actual tabs with like a cuff for the sleeve. And then you've got one with a facing with kind of like a cutout V-neck with tie straps, and again the bust, darts, and then the sleeves without the cuffs. And if you go online, like on Instagram, the inspiration and hacking that has happened with this pattern is insane. I've seen everything from a pants jumpsuit to a top to a crop top to a full button down dress. I mean, it really runs the range of inspiration and whatnot. So what most people do when they do hack it is they just change the bottom half because it's just that great for the top. And one thing I will say is that for me as a larger bust woman, I do appreciate the cup sizes. I always do the D cup. And I also appreciate that in her instructions, she also talks about how to adjust those patterns. So let me show you right quick. So in here, she talks about a full bust adjustment, and these notes, I have the paper pattern, but these notes are also in the PDF version. And she does this for every pattern, to be honest with you. And then she's very conservative when it comes to even choosing the fabric amount that you need for each size. So it's not like this huge range where it's like, you know, just round up and get 4 yards. It's like, no, if you go between these 2 sizes, this is what you need. These 2 sizes, this is what you need, and so on and so forth. So again, very thoughtful in choosing fabric. The fabric that she recommends for this type of pattern: rayon challis, rayon crepe, rayon voile or voile, however you want to say it, cotton lawn, cotton voile or voile, cotton shirting, linen, and double gauze. And then of course you need those buttons and then some interfacing and whatnot. Again, more instructions on how to adjust the pattern. So she tells you where to draw that line, even for lengthening and shortening the skirt. The other thing I want to mention about this is that it does have that curved hem, which at first I wasn't sure how I felt about the curved hem, but again, after seeing all of the inspiration behind it, I was like, I kind of like the curved hem. And then her instructions also come with a cut list as well. And then she has really detailed like illustrations with her instructions. And then she also has like supplemental resources that are through her blog online. And I think she has some additional resources on Instagram as well. So there's a lot out there if you want to get into this pattern. Let's talk about the dress that I made specifically. So I made mine from a fabric from Style Maker's Fabric. I will be very honest with you, the fabric was very expensive. I will link it down below for you, but again, it was an expensive piece of fabric and it's not something I would typically buy, but I was just like in love with the print. And then as far as the buttons, I'm gonna call them vintage buttons because I got them back in the summer of 2020 and the company is no longer around anymore. And then when it came to my hack, I left the bust, or really the top part of the dress, the same way. So I did everything the right way as far as like construction and whatnot. Actually, the only thing that I did leave off was I took out the back darts because I felt like with my bust size, the front was riding a little too low for me, and it was kind of pulling and gaping in some places that I didn't really like. And so I took the darts out to give myself more room. And it also had to do with the bra that I was wearing. I was wearing like a really padded bra, which I normally wouldn't necessarily put on, but I think it was just something that I grabbed. And so when I fitted the dress to myself with that padded bra, it actually gave me like an extra inch. So I had to take the darts out at that point in order to make it fit. And then as far as the skirt, I am going to link all the instructions for how I made the skirt down below. But I will say that if you have a tiered pattern that you love and you just want to add it to this bodice, then go ahead and do that. Don't let my instructions hold you back at all. The other thing I will say is that this came together like because Gabrielle is very thoughtful in her instructions and whatnot. I do take extra time and extra care when it comes to her patterns, because there's usually like an additional step, but it's a thoughtful step, right? It's not like a useless step. So I take extra steps to kind of learn or understand what she wants me to do with the pattern. And so for that, it does take me probably a couple more days than if I were to do a simplicity pattern or a big 5 pattern or whatnot. But this pattern is really good. I'm also going to link the pattern down below. And I do not make any sort of money or income off of this. This is not a paid promotion video at all. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on this pattern because I'm actually thinking about making another one because I think it's really good. Like, it's that good, and I really love the fit and whatnot. And I did not feel like I had to do a lot of adjusting for this pattern to work for me. So honestly, I see myself maybe making like a solid color because I've already made something that's multicolor and whatnot. So that's pretty much where I am with that. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're not following me already, you can follow me at Raven Maureen on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. See you next time. Bye.